everybody. Welcome to another episode of King C Podcast. Today, I am joined by my buddy, good friend, and the sole owner of Nola Bags, Mr. Billy Webb. What's happening, man?
Nothing much, Brian.
Same,
Same old stuff.
same old shit, huh? You just trolling on our Facebook group, and hey, that's true, man. You play a good source on Facebook. I mean, I know you're making bags all day, but you stay up with everything. When it comes to sports and everything like that.
Yeah, try to stay active.
Yeah. So obviously Nola Bags started in 2020. I mean, so what made you come up with the idea to start Nola Bags? I know when you first started, you were still working another job and it was kind of part time. Then you finally moved over. So what made you decide to start a bag company?
Just just playing and fell in love with the game and actually just started playing around, just trying to make my own bags to play with that little local stuff. And that was really it. Just kind of came a hobby out of it. And once I started the hobby, I did decide to post them on Facebook, and they did a little better than I was expecting. So it was just kind of from there, just decided to run with it.
Yeah. So that's one. So obviously you said it did better than you expect. I mean, now did you think that it would end up being where you are now as far as Nola Bags when you first started?
Oh, no shot. I just expected I'd make a few bags playing around, maybe sell a few locally, and that would be it. And then just keep playing because I mean I was doing it just something related to what I was doing anyway.
Right.
So I was playing a good bit, traveling.
Kind of like a side job, huh?
Yeah, it was just really like a side hustle, hobby type thing. I didn't
Yeah.
expect it to do much, but it took off a little bit. So
Nice. So and you still make all your bags and do everything in house, right?
yep, I still do everything in house from printing all the way to every stitch. So everything's done by hand by me.
So what does a typical day look like for you?
I mean, it's pretty much wake up, get my daughter on the bus, and then I start working on bags. Whether that's like right now, I have some printing behind me, and I have another batch that I'm in the process of sewing right now. So, and I'll usually have one batch printing, one batch sewing, and just kind of go through that throughout the week. Get out as many as I can to keep up with the orders.
Yeah. And you take care of the website and everything as well. You kind of monitor that as orders, or
Yeah, I do the website. I built the website myself. I had a little bit of help with the website in the beginning, but I manage it myself now. Add and take stuff off. I do all of that myself. I do the Facebook pages myself.
oh, I know that.
So it's all 100% me. Like
Yeah.
I have no employees, no help.
Does the wife help you from time to
If I really need it, she'll help every now and then, but
time?
try to keep her out of it.
I hear you. That's because you don't want to know the money that's being made. I get
I
it.
just kind of got to separate family and work, just like if it was a real job.
No, I know. And I gotta give you props, man. Like you say you take care of the Facebook page, and obviously I'm on social media a lot, and I see some of these posts that come through all the time on Addicted or anything like that. People asking for bags and questions about bags and things like that, and you're right there. I mean, it seems like right away on all posts. Give Nola Bags a try, man. I mean, like how much time do you actually spend on Facebook and social media today? Because I mean, like I said, I give you props, man. You're always right there
I
saying,
mean,
"Hey,
I
give
don't
me."
time it, but I mean, I'm definitely on every day, actively looking because I mean, that's kind of where I started the bag company was through Facebook, and a large majority of my business still comes through advertising through that way. So,
Yeah. And then obviously with the name Nola Bags, I mean, what kind of, I guess, I don't want to say inspiration, but what kind of effect does it have on your bags? I mean, I can see it by the names of the bags. You said like
um,
Gator and things
I
like
don't know.
that.
I mean, it's locally. I thought it would be a big thing just because people would want to throw something from where they're from, but really nationally, the name does really well because people just like that it's related to New Orleans, and a lot of people know it as a tourist city, and so people just kind of really get it. Like, so it kind of stuck.
Yeah. And then as far as your, I mean, your designs, I don't know if you have any help with your designs. I mean, what's been some of your favorite designs that you've come up with?
I mean, I've always tried to just keep the designs related to the name of the bag for the most part. That's changed a little more this year. Scott Whiteley with Madisonville Baggers actually created the newest logo that I'm using, which is that big bold
Mm-hmm.
four-letter NOLA logo.
Oh, yeah.
So we kind of went more logo focused on the designs this year. Just something that we have been asked for a lot in the past. And he did that on some personal bags for himself and told me if I wanted to use it to go for it. So it kind of transitioned to that logo this year, but still try to incorporate a lot of design elements that relate to what the bag's named.
Yeah. Well, I stuck with this design when I put that logo up. I know it's the older logo, but I like. I mean, because it's a
Yeah,
terrible thing. But it reminds me of it reminds
I
me of
still use
hurricanes and
it.
stuff
So
like that, which probably isn't a good thing. But you know,
yeah.
but
Man,
uh,
that was a little bit of the inspiration behind the original logo was that known X and numbers that they put on houses after Katrina.
right.
It was
Yeah,
just something
I don't think. I
other
mean, people.
companies have used a similar type logo.
Right. So, was there anything I guess that surprised you early on when you first started with the bag company? Like any challenges that I guess you weren't aware of? Because I know you've consulted with other people. You probably talked to other people as well. I mean, you're well liked. I mean, but was there any like challenges that came by surprise?
Uh, Not really. When I first started getting the fabrics and stuff were a little more difficult than they are now because not everybody was as open as saying exactly what bags were made out of back then. So it was a little more digging around and trying to find things that worked. Whereas now anybody can just get online and they'll know what fabrics are being used in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
So back in the day, a lot of my fabrics were a lot different than what other people were using.
yeah. I'm sure it's probably the same thing with the resin, right?
Yeah, resin was the same way. Resin's still kind of tough because, especially buying in smaller batches than some of the bigger companies, there's always some consistency issues with the fill.
Yeah,
So trying to balance it and use different fillers to make sure it stays consistent has always been a little bit of a challenge.
yeah. And then I mean, so do you like what has changed like the most over the past 5 years? You would say like when it comes to making bags and the bag market in general. I mean, we know like it kind of has been saturated or whatever. What do you think has changed a lot since then until now? I mean, you just hit on some of the things, right? The materials, but
Yeah, materials have changed a lot, but just like the market in general, like in 2020, 2021, like there was a lot more bag collecting and reselling going on. So you don't see as much of that anymore. So, and with that came more sales to us because people are buying them, selling them, and then buying more. So you don't get as much of that anymore. So it's definitely a little bit of a different market.
yeah. And I know your bag obviously ACL stamped, and we've been working with them for years now. What's it been like working with the ACL over the past 5 years? I mean, how's it helped you like you would say be successful as a bag company?
I mean, honestly, I don't think it would have did what it did to take off without the ACL. I know a lot of people give them some backlash on the stamps and things like that, and I get all of that side of it. But when the market blew up during COVID, a lot of that was due to ACL being on TV. So ACL was a good place to be at that time for sure.
Yeah.
So
And I know you had to like have you had to make some changes. I know there was different tiers at one point for being a bag sponsor through the ACL as far as like being a pro stamp bag, and you've had to move up and things like that. I mean, has that impacted much or made much of a difference, or did you think it would? Or
um, it hasn't made as much of a difference as I would have thought. I was actually a little hesitant to go tier one this year because doing that I didn't have to make everything pro, but I didn't really see the value in keeping competitive bags around because they've always been a harder sell. So raising the price and not having those competitive bags anymore, I wasn't 100% sure if my sales would stay with me having to raise my prices to be closer to what the other people sell for. But it really hasn't affected it as much as I would have thought.
yeah.
So things have been pretty consistent still.
And I mean, we've seen, like I said, obviously with the ACL, there's a market being saturated, a ton of bad companies. We've seen companies come and go. We've seen companies disband. We've seen companies go to different organizations. Um, and then that's obviously, like I said, people couldn't keep up or they weren't getting the orders. I mean, why do you think you've been able to be successful in this bag market? And I only ask that because I know you don't go to, and I don't want to say any specific bag company, but a lot of these bag companies are at every event. You know what I mean? They did a lot, especially when they first started. You don't go to every event and things like
Yeah.
that. So why do you think you've still been able to be successful in the bag market?
I mean, I think one part of that was I didn't try to overdo it and blow up too fast. So I kind of built it slowly, which allowed me to keep everything in house. So my overhead definitely isn't as much as some of these other companies. And I do think some of the companies that came and go did opposite, and they tried to go in all in with a bunch of money and if the sales don't match it, I mean, decisions have to be made.
Right.
Whereas with me, I haven't done that, so I've been able to maintain it and just really push to keep it going. And doing a rep program, which I didn't do my first couple of years, really helped. The last few years with just having other people out there helping push the brand and move bags.
Yeah, I mean, and then especially with a lot of these bad companies. I mean, we know how addicted to cornhole is and things like that, right? If something goes wrong with one bag or something like that, people just I don't know if they want to be Facebook famous or something like that. They're quick to call them out, say this company did this, this, and I mean, we don't see that about you. I mean, and I'll say this just personally knowing and knowing that people have dealt with you. I mean, the customer service is right there. And like I said, you're all over Facebook, so I know you see posts. I know you probably get
No,
emails and things like that, and you're quick to address those. And you do that all yourself, right? So
yeah, yeah. So I mean, with that, I came from a customer service background as far as my regular job. So that was a really easy transition to know that how important that part of it is. And I've always made sure that was like number one priority. If I get an email, it's getting responded to the same day. Like I don't let stuff sit and wait like that because it's important to get back to the customers.
yeah,
Because without the customers, there is no sales.
right.
So I've always been very customer service focused.
Yeah, I mean, you're customer service focused, and then you're locally focused too. I mean, like I said, you are a bad company, but you enjoy playing the game. I know you do. I mean, you play with your wife, you play with other people locally, people that want to throw Nola bags, and you're at all these events when you can, man. And I know you're quick to talk to people. Somebody's looking for bags. Hey, I'll do this custom set for you, and you'll have it to them quick. Do you think that's helped you a lot? I mean, I guess the local presence and how Cornell. I mean, whenever I first started playing, I mean, you were kind of still new, but you've been to events with like, I mean, we know like Josh Bordelon and Justin, these guys back then. It was kind of all over. So you got in it early, as far as playing. So do you think the local has been something key for you too, as far as growing locally?
It's definitely been a part. I mean, it's actually was a tough. It's been a pretty tough market for me with Lucky Bags also being Louisiana based, and
Right.
they kind of started right at the same time as me, a little bit before me. So it's definitely been a tough market, but I do have a lot of locals that have helped grow it and follow it. So it's
Yeah.
definitely been there.
Yeah, and that's one thing I'll say too. I mean, I know obviously you're nationally recognized, and I saw some locally and things like that, but I was like, I knew you had to follow me just because we've had people come in. You think about like a Cannon Hatcher or other people that came in town for events from Tennessee. So we went to Memphis for that one open. I was like, shit, there's Nola bags, jerseys and bags being thrown all over. So I'm like, this is. I don't know if he has a better presence in Tennessee as does Louisiana. Obviously, you have it great, but I was like, this, you really are all over. And you go to these events. I mean, you went to a
Yeah,
lot. You did a lot in Tennessee, and I forget the name of that cornhole group at the time, but you were doing a lot in that area as well.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. I mean, I had really good support by multiple players in that area early on, and it definitely helped. That was a big ACO area back then. So
Yeah.
when I got a few players involved in the ACO in that area, it definitely helped grow it there quick. So it was definitely a market that really helped me in the beginning get going.
Yeah.
So
And kind of as you say, you hit on it too. And I know you. I mean, you don't sponsor a ton of players. If you do, it's like some amateur players, and maybe not give them too much, but you obviously look out for them and take care of them as much as you can. You said you have player reps and things like that, where a lot of the companies, like you said, they sponsor players, so they make it known to do it. Why do you think this route's kind of worked for you to help get your name out there? Because I don't see a lot of ambassadors either. I know you have player reps, but um,
yeah. I mean, I just with that route to me it was just trying to get the bags in the right players' hands and finding the right players for that kind of position. Players that I knew were gonna make sure the bags were being seen by other people, people that played a lot, and just went that route. I mean, obviously, amateur players were a lot cheaper than chasing pros.
right.
So,
Do you think, and I could be completely wrong, but do you think most of the time these amateur players are willing to do more than a pro player, even though pro players usually typically get more money? You know what I mean? As far as showing their worth or their return on investment?
as far as foot on the ground, like actually out there pushing the product, I do
Yeah,
find that those amateur players, like if you give them a little something that they really appreciate it and do some work with it.
yeah. So, I mean, so moving forward, I mean, so what is your vision for Nola Bags in 5 years, if you had to guess?
I mean, just steady growth. I mean, it's grown every year since I've started it, and that's just kind of the plan to just try to keep it growing, find other avenues to keep it growing. I've expanded the rep program every year. I try to do sales and giveaways to keep the fans engaged and get new players to try the bags. A couple of things I've done recently, in November we did a giveaway, and I gave away a Nintendo Switch 2. So it's just anybody who ordered on the website in November was eligible, and I sent out a Nintendo Switch 2 to somebody a couple days ago. And for December, I'm not doing a customer giveaway, but I started a group chat with all my player reps, and I'm doing a contest between them. And whoever sells the most bags this month, I'm going to give them a bonus.
Okay.
So just ways to try to get people to be motivated to spread the brand and try to get new players to try Nola Bags.
Yeah. So, and then I guess another thing I want to ask too, as far as, is there anything new coming out, new bags or anything that you're typically working on, or maybe have been approved or looking to get approved that you think is going to be coming out soon?
Nothing right now, but I have been debating on bringing back comp bags or even possibly unstamped bags. That was something new that ACL allowed us to do this year. They are allowing us to sell unstamped bags again if we choose to. There's a few restrictions with that. They don't want those bags to be the same materials as their comp and pro bags. So we got to be a little bit more creative with the materials if we do that. But it is an option, and I have been contemplating doing that, or even adding in some comp bags again, just to be able to offer some more lower price bags. Because that is one thing that I've got some negative feedback on this year, is a lot of people always like the fact that my prices were lower than most of the other companies.
Yeah.
And with the ACL minimums, I wasn't able to keep it that way this year. But we are contemplating some things to get back to that a little bit as well.
Do you like the structure the ACLs take this year, changing up point systems and things like that?
I think that the structure this year is where it should have been all along. Like it makes the points matter again, and it's probably going to take some time to get everybody back on board with that. But I do think the changes this year were back in the right direction, whereas for a couple years they were definitely heading in the wrong direction.
Yeah. All right. Well, so if somebody was looking new and looking to get a set of bags, right? Now, obviously, we know all the bag companies that are out there. Why would you tell them they should try Nola Bags?
I mean, because they're going to get a bag that's still, even though it's not as big of a gap, it's still towards the bottom of the price range. And they're going to get a handmade quality bag that's just as good as any bag from any other brand. And it's going to come with customer service that definitely will take care of them if they have any issues.
That's good. That's good. Another thing I think about too. I know how competitive you are, how much you enjoy playing. Do you sometimes, and I know sometimes you have to miss tournaments and things like that because you're making bags. I mean, do you sometimes miss being able to play as much as you did?
I do, because I mean, honestly, I think I got a lot worse as a player once I started making bags as well, because I just didn't practice as much anymore. I mean, nowadays my time that I would normally practice is making bags, so definitely lost a little bit of my ability, but still competitive as hell and always want to play and try to win. So
I'm the same way. And it's disappointing when I go play, even though I don't play as much, and I'm doing shit. I'm like, man, I used to be able to do this easy. And now it's like the competition's gotten better and I've gotten worse. So it's like, fuck.
It's definitely a mixture of both. I mean, the competition definitely got better, but I know, like, I see old videos of pop up on my memories, and I was throwing multiple 4-baggers in a row, and I couldn't tell you the last time I did that recently.
Yeah, I don't know either. So, well, it is what it is. Well, I appreciate it, Billy. I got a couple more questions for you, kind of like fun questions, and then I'll let you on your way, man. I know you're busy, and you told me right before you hopped on you were printing bags, so I don't want to be the reason you send an email to somebody and say, hey, look, I was on king seat, so that's why these are written. So would you prefer beignets or king cake?
King cake.
King cake. Crawfish or like a barbecue? I only ask that because I know how much you can barbecue and smoke some shit.
That's tough, man. But I gotta go crawfish just because that's probably my favorite food is a good crawfish boil.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to smoke?
But I love on the smoker as well. I actually did some pork belly today.
What's your favorite thing to smoke? Is that what it is, or?
Yeah, probably pork belly.
Yeah.
I love a good smoked pork belly.
And I don't know this question. I feel like I know you well, but I feel like this kind of pertains to both. Are you like a late night person or early morning person?
Oh, I'm a late night person.
Yeah.
Even in work, I mean, I'm usually up working till 2, 3 in the morning every night, and I don't like to get up in the morning. Never have.
So would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses?
Said one horse-sized duck
Yeah, big ass
or
duck.
50 duck-sized horses.
Yeah.
I'll take on the 50 duck-sized horses. Feel like I could just keep booting them out the way.
You think 50 is a lot? Uh, would you rather lose your car keys every day or lose your wallet once a week?
That's a tough one, but probably the car keys every day.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to lose my wallet.
Right. What about being way too early to stuff or being late forever? Slightly late. Not crazy late, but
So which would I rather?
yeah, would you rather be like early to everything, like it's like 30, 40 minutes early to everything, or just like slightly a few minutes late to everything?
I'd take the early to everything because I kind of try to be that way already.
Yeah. All right. And then another one. What the hell do I need to do to get you to make me some beef jerky?
Just gotta ask.
Shit. I have to ask.
Yeah.
I ask all every day. No, I'm just messing.
No.
I know you're busy. Look, I'm gonna go pick up the meat and stuff. Obviously, I can't do all the other shit, but I'll go get the meat and I'll bring it to you.
Yeah.
You know.
We'll get something done for you.
You need
I've
to.
been trying to run the smoker a little bit more lately, so I
Yeah.
can get something done.
I know you're busy, bro. You need to let the corner of the world, besides us local people, see how good the beef jerky is that you make. Like a
Yeah.
secret ingredient when you go to one of these events.
Yeah, I need to bring some with me to that open. It'd probably do pretty good.
I'd imagine it would. So, do you think the 49ers have a chance to win the Super Bowl this year?
Realistically, honestly, probably not. The defense is pretty rough with their two best players on IR. So, but it's football. Anything can happen.
You think they should have stuck with the hot hand and Mac Jones or what?
No, not at all.
So, all right, Billy. Well, look, man, I appreciate you taking the time, and I'm sure I'll see you at one of these events here soon during the week. But and keep doing what you're doing, man. It's awesome to see what you're doing, knowing that you do it locally and that you do it all yourself. I mean, we know a lot of other bad companies take different routes, man, but you stay true to what you believe in and the way you do things. I know it's appreciated by a lot of people, man. So I hope you keep killing it, and thanks again.
No, thank you. I appreciate you and seeing you doing your thing too with the podcast. So,
I appreciate it. All right, Billy.
yep. Talk to you later, dude.
Later.